Hey Taurus, I hope you all are doing well. This is going to be a general December reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Any information you all need, you can find it in the description box down below, Taurus. I do have a deal going on right now. It is a 3-question personal reading. It is $25.25. You get it the next day, okay? This is going to go quick, so if you're interested, get your hands on it. Details are down below, Taurus. It's like I said, this is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. And first, I am reading for you a Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle card. It's sort of like that overall energy in your reading here, and then I'm going to pull some tarot, the Magical Nordic Tarot, and I'll clarify with the Yuletide Tarot. So you have card number 21, breaks down to a 3. Could be an emphasis on creation, expansion, communication, collaboration in the month of December for you, Taurus, because it's card number 21 and it breaks down to a 3. This card is called Merriment. It's all about joy, happiness. What joy, what glee beams from the sounds of voices. I'm wondering if there's an emphasis on connections as well. 3s do represent expression, so maybe there's communication that leads to more of a bond here. Uplifting the webs of sorrow, glimmering as if no tomorrow. Yeah, I feel like there's something that's pulling you out of a dark chapter. Let's see what's showing up here. We're going to pull on the Magical Nordic Tarot and see what comes up. It's coming up here in the Magical Nordic Tarot. Okay. All right, and your overall energy is the 8 of Cups, which can be a card of walking away. Here in this deck, this is a Jane Wallace deck. They often reframe the cards. This is doorways, okay? Which 8 of Cups, yeah, it's walking away, but it's also walking towards something. So she's not wrong, And so when it comes to this energy here, I do feel like a new door is opening up for you, and it's allowing you to walk away from something here, Taurus. Some of you could have Saturn in Pisces, or maybe your rising sign is Pisces, or you could be dealing with someone with one of those placements. You have the 6 of Pentacles showing up here. Somebody here could be a Taurus or a Libra moon. When it comes to this energy, though, this is framed as gifts, and it is a card of gifts. It is a card of giving and receiving. It talks about balance, reciprocity. Some of you, there could be some information coming in about a loan in the month of December. If you've applied for some sort of loan, that could be the case here, but this is a card of planting seeds, and I do feel like December is your month of expansion, Taurus. That's the energy I get from Merriment. It seems like you have planted seeds, and maybe you've been really frustrated with the pace at which things have been growing, and so I do think that's something that's changing, because the High Priestess is right underneath that 6 of Pentacles, and this is a card of empowerment. I also feel like this has to do with your intuition, which High Priestess does, but I do think that you're going to be seeing proof of something. You're like, I knew that it would work, I knew that it would pay off. I was just starting to get discouraged because things weren't coming in at a very fast pace, but I do feel like you are, in a position in December where you're feeling more empowered. Things are expanding for you. I feel like a whole new world opens up for you here in the month of December. 10 of Wands is showing up. This is a card of responsibility. You put in a lot of hard work. I also get the sense that for some of you, there is a person that you've connected with that might be carrying a little bit of a burden, or they're feeling like they're carrying a lot of responsibility right now. Maybe they're wanting to take some accountability for something that has gone down here in a situation. Maybe you have walked away with that 8 of Cups energy, and so 10 of Wands, they could be like, oh, well, that's my fault that Taurus did that, This 2 of Cups is a card of union, so I am wondering if you end up seeing eye to eye with this person, or you're finally on the same page with one another in the month of December. I do feel like there's been a lot of reflection here, but either way it goes, whether you take that opportunity to reconnect or not, the energy is showing up here in the reading. You have the Hermit showing up. It is a card of wisdom. Underneath that, you have the 7 of Cups. It is a card of choices. I feel like this is a time where you are being very introspective. That's what the Hermit is. It's Virgo energy, by the way, so maybe you have some Virgo in your chart. But when it comes to this energy, Taurus, I feel like you've given something a lot of thought before you make a choice here in the month of December. So once you make it, that's it. It's sealed. I feel like that's the vibe that you're in here, because you're trying to expand. And I think that's exactly what's happening for you. But people could be tugging on you like, but wait just a minute. And you're like, no, I've given this a lot of thought, and this is my decision. So yeah, let's see what's coming through here for you with the Yuletide Tarot. What's going on? Because these energies seem kind of heavy, but your overall is merriment. So that is a card of joy. So let's see what's happening here for you. You have the Page of Gifts. Yeah, I feel like there is good news coming in work, money, or business. So that could be where this energy of expansion is that I'm picking up on here for you, Taurus. I also feel like it's personal expansion. It's spiritual expansion, which would make sense because the High Priestess is here. They've got the Six of Pentacles listed as a card of gifts in this deck. So it would make sense if you were leaning more into that energy, Taurus, of your spiritual gifts. But I do think this is good news in work, money, and business. And for some of you, it is a very serious conversation with a fellow earth sign or with a Pisces about some things that have been buried, okay? What else is coming up here for Taurus for the month of December? For the Ten of Wands and the Two of Cups energy here for Taurus for the month of December. Knight of Canes. This is the Knight of Swords energy. This is a Gemini card. I do feel like for some of you, there's been a lot of reactive energy. Somebody has been very quick to jump the gun or make assumptions, and that Ten of Wands, this could be them feeling the sting of that because of something they've said or a decision that they've made quietly. Some of you, I get the sense, Taurus, you could have been dealing with a person who, how do I describe this here? It's like maybe you presented something in a certain way that made them make a bunch of assumptions that were really far-fetched, and they could be getting some kind of confirmation that they were wrong about whatever assumption they made. So now they're like, wow, you know, maybe I shouldn't have jumped the gun, maybe I shouldn't have judged Taurus so harshly, right? So I do see somebody kind of regretting that, and with the Two of Cups possibly trying to reconnect with you, I feel an apology coming on there. Let's see what else we have. What's going on with the Hermit and the Seven of Cups? This is where I feel that energy of expansion as well with the Hermit and the Seven of Cups, because the Hermit is sort of like you, not necessarily isolating, but I do feel like you're keeping to yourself here in this Hermit energy, Taurus. It feels like you're in this space of trying to block out discouragement, trying to block out fears that are being projected onto you from others, and I feel like it's because you're having to make a decision, you know, and I don't think you want to be in this energy of feeling like, you know, you're in fear of making that choice. So I feel like you are blocking folks out. Justice is showing up right here, and I feel like this is bringing you more into alignment with the path that you're wanting to be on, Taurus. I truly believe it. It's like I said before, I feel like a whole new world is opening for you, and even the Eight of Cups says so. It says doorways on the card. I feel like you're turning your back on folks, but it's temporary, is the energy that I get here. It's while you're working on something else, because you can't afford for people to be around you like, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if blah, blah, blah? Well, I tried that and it didn't work. And it's giving me that kind of energy here. So I feel like for a lot of you, you're kind of keeping quiet or keeping something, keeping your cards close to your chest, moving in silence. It's not necessarily that you're isolating and shutting people out. I feel like you're maintaining balance as far as that goes. But kind of making these moves quietly, I feel, is what is really blowing things wide open for you, and allowing for these other choices to come in. So I think that's where this merriment energy lies. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing here for you, Taurus. I hope that this was helpful or fun or whatever you needed it to be. Don't forget that I am reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements, okay? So you're more than welcome to watch out for your other signs. I also have that deal open. It is a 3-question video reading. It's $25.25. You get it the next day. So everything's down there if you're interested in that as well. But if this is where we part, Taurus, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. And hopefully I will see you next time. Y'all take care. Bye.